Hi, class. Hope everybody's keeping safe, and I hope you've been enjoying our lesson so far on immigration. Your last assignment that I gave you was to talk to your parents or your grandparents and try to find something about your family's history, especially regarding how they first came to Canada. I know this isn't really an easy assignment, it's not something you can just Google. You may have to call up some other family members and just try to see what you can find. Um, I thought that it was only fair if I kind of did the same thing. So, at the beginning of this lesson, I'm going to talk a little bit about basically doing the same assignment, tell you a little bit about how my family first came to Canada. My family story starts right here in Italy.
The year is 1926, and my great grandparents, Giuseppe and Eliza Baldin, live in Vede Lago, Italy. It's a small farming village just to the north of Venice. Giuseppe was a miner by trade, but at the time there is very little work in Vede Lago. Giuseppe had a brother living in eastern Canada where there was a coal mining boom. Cape Breton, Nova Scotia had more than 20 coal mines that needed workers, and this seemed like a good opportunity. Giuseppe and Eliza arrived in Halifax at Pier 21, a facility for processing new immigrants. The pier was the primary point of entry for over 1.5 million immigrants during its operation and was often referred to as the gateway to Canada. Giuseppe settled in New Waterford in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and worked as a coal miner. This area was home to a lot of Italian immigrants who were able to form a supportive community. Sadly, I never had the chance to meet Giuseppe, but I did meet Eliza, though everyone called her Nonna. This is the Italian word for grandmother. They had 4 children, including Avellino, my grandfather. He also worked in the coal mine for 20 years. When he was 38, he went back to school to become a teacher and taught for 20 years after that. He had 12 children, and number 8 was my father. Here you can see 4 generations of Baldins: Nonna, my grandfather Avellino, my father Lorne, and me in the middle. The last question I asked you on your assignment was to think about if you'd ever immigrate to another country. As you can probably tell, I'm still in Canada. I did spend about 4 years living in Japan working as an English teacher. I enjoyed my times there, and there were a lot of times I considered staying in Japan. In the end, I didn't want to be so far from my family, and I decided I had more opportunities in Canada. So I came back and decided to pursue teaching, and that's how you know me. I hope that this has been a little bit helpful, and you can maybe use this when you're working on your assignment.